Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your
Weekday
ear.
morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Special guest comedian in the building.
Oh, he's a special guest now, huh?
I knew he was
Sinbad!
What's up?
Let's be clear, Mr.
Be clear,
Sinbad.
man. Get it clear.
I'm the only person in this room who wanted you up here because I understand what you have brought to the game.
Wait,
and
don't.
the culture.
No,
tell him.
I didn't say anything.
See,
Don't do that to me.
I'm
glad
you said, because I was shocked. I was saying, no, these young cats don't ever ask me to come on their show. Young cats don't ever ask because y'all, old school to y'all is Diddy. That's as far back as y'all go.
That's true.
Chris Rock is old school to y'all.
Yeah.
I crack up what y'all consider old school because I was coming up, everything that came before me, Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington, them cats was like, I want to be them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cats now, young cats now be like this. I mean, he old school. I said, damn, if he lived, there's something I can learn. The fact he lived to be 70,
yes.
I need that information.
Yes. Let me talk to him.
That's why we needed. And if an old cat took you in, he was going to be rough on you.
Yes.
Man, them young dudes, man, old cats be like, come here, boy. But you felt so good that this old dude showed you. Because once you got it, when an old cat said to you, look at you. It wasn't much. It was just, look at you. I did it. I did it. I did it. And I'm going to be all right.
But see, you named Cab Calloway, Duke Ellington. You respected the light-skinned guys that came before you. He don't respect the light-skinned brothers like you that came before him.
Man.
You are a liar. We was arguing about Different World.
Okay.
I said Different World. I mean, of course, the Cosby Show was the biggest show, but Different World was a classic show.
At one time, it beat Cosby. Different World at one time was beating Cosby. Different World wasn't supposed to happen. Remember, Hollywood hated Cosby. That show was not supposed to happen. When he put it on the air, they said it was stupid. They put it on the air, they said that, God, what's my man's show? The show that was supposed to take him out was, remember, there was no comedies on the air.
Yeah.
Sitcoms were done. And every network, even NBC had turned it down. Brandon Tartikoff, the only reason he put it back on the air, Cosby Special himself came on HBO, and his son was sitting there laughing. Tartikoff said, what was that? They didn't get it. It's Magnum P.I. They said that Magnum P.I. would take it off. Magnum P.I. got canceled.
Wow.
So, and know what Cos did? Know what I love about Cos? Never talk trash. He said, well, we'll see. That's how he always worked. We'll see. He only put it on the air because he didn't like what he was saying. He said, well, let me do something. He didn't come in and talk about, hey, man, I got this thing. You know, everybody now is like, man, I got this dope. I got this fire. You know what? I got to give credit to young cats who have no talent, but they believe in themselves. I got to give love to the swagger. Man, this album's on fire. And they give me the CD. Yeah, it should be burned up because this is the worst CD I ever heard, but I'm going to keep the case if I can use it for my CDs. But it's amazing how you get cred now because you got a big butt. You got street cred. You got Instagram stars. Girl got lips, and she's a star on Instagram. I go, what does she do? Oh, man, she fine. There's always been fine women. There's always been fine women. There's always been, but you didn't become a star, and now your butt ain't even real. When did black women start getting fake butts? We was known for butts, and now we can't compete with the white fake butt. So now you got black women doing damage to the face, damage to the booties. I said, we flipped this so far. I don't know if we can come back.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Somebody like you who has had late night talk shows, numerous stand-up specials. You got an NAACP award.
We all get one of that. Everybody get one. I think everybody gets one.
You hosted the Apollo.
Yeah, man. I was probably in '88.
This guy is like, I don't know if we should have Sinbad up here.
This was the thing, Sinbad. I said, Sinbad is a comedian that my parents grew up on. My parents watched that had me watch. And I said, I don't know if the young kids can relate to Sinbad. And he said, well, what about A Different World? I said, Different World was my time. I watched Different World. I went to Hampton University because of Different World.
My sister went to Hampton. My sister went to Hampton. Check this out. I still do college tours. My audience is mixed, young and old. That's the funny part. When young cats come to my show, they go, oh, damn, I didn't know. I said, of course you didn't know. It's funny to me when somebody says, I don't know if young people relate. The world is the same. For me, comedy's comedy.
Right.
It don't get like, there are some people who get old. Yeah, there's some people get old and they don't like young people. And for me, I said, come to my show. I dare you to come to my show. I dare young cats to come to my show because my thing is the message is always the same. I think I'm almost 60 years old, but I never saw it that way. I just saw I gotta live life just like anybody else out here. Only thing we have a little bit is a little more wisdom. Sometimes our wisdom still make us stupid. Remember, everybody old ain't got more sense than you. There's some dumb old people. Let's get some straight. There's some dumb old people out there too. But for me, I don't see, there's this young audience. I like being around a young audience. A young audience brings you, walking around the college campus when you get to be old brings you to life. You want to take a class. Although when I was in college, I hated classes. But you get old, you're like, I understand old dudes on college who got better grades than us. Them cats who would come back from Vietnam was getting straight A's. I'm trying to go to party. I get that now. Because, look, he already did his dumb stuff. When you're young, you spend a lot of time doing dumb stuff, waiting for a chick to 3 in the morning to call back. Like, I'm going to go over there and get some of that. And you realize, I should have got some sleep. She'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
The older you get, you should realize, I need to go sleep. And now you look, she don't even look that good. The longer you stay, you know what? I don't even like her that much. And nowadays, they'll get your money. Nowadays, ain't no more free sex. I feel sorry for young brothers. They want rent.
Free, though.
No, it was.
You had to
Some
pay for
people,
hotels.
but no, even a hotel was $29.
Put gas in your car, buy dinner. Even if you're buying drugs.
But you know what? It's not. But even now, it's
more
different.
free sex.
See, now it's not. Now it's about girls used to be like, oh, I just want to get backstage. Oh, they want to get backstage. Oh, I want to hang out with you. Now it's like this girl. I'm gonna get that rent. He gonna give me that house. Women, they get together. I gotta give them credit. They got smart. Oh, we can give sex to anybody. Let's get something for this.
Well, I think it was the OGs like y'all that set the standard for that, though, because y'all was the ones that probably was giving the money before.
Nah, man.
And they
No,
passed it on to their daughters.
dude, we didn't. Strip club was $3. Come on, brother. Wasn't nobody making no money. Wasn't no stacks. Hold on. Let me get something straight. You could go to the strip club with $25.
Yeah.
Brother, how much you got? I got 25. Good, let's go.
What can you
it
get
ain't now.
at $25? What can you get at the strip club?
$2 at a
One
time.
drink.
$2 at a time. You ain't buying no drinks.
You come in there with a bag.
Dude, nobody come with no
But I
money.
will say
Ain't nobody bringing no. Y'all don't understand. Did nobody bring no stacks of money to a strip club?
Back then, you wasn't making it rain.
No, rain. It wasn't even drizzling. It wasn't even drizzling. It wasn't even talking about no rain. Wasn't no term make it rain.
But I will say this: I think a lot more women nowadays make more money than we ever have.
Yes.
So I feel like sometimes a lot of girls get got for money nowadays
Well, I don't know.
from these guys. That's
Well, I
how-
know that's a woman that got to give a dude money. Somebody didn't raise you right. A woman that's giving a guy money, that's every father's, every brother's nightmare. That's usually some broke, stupid brother. It's not a brother going to medical school. It's not a brother who's going to college. It's always some dumb brother got nothing going on. And she go, girl, I just love him so much. He looks so good. I said, really look at him next time. Really look at this broke brother.
That's one of the rappers you was talking about earlier with no talent.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Because I have a lot of friends who are dating guys now that they're a lot more successful than they are.
Well, you know what? The pool is so shallow now for women finding brothers to date. That finding a man, we don't go to school, we don't finish school. Brothers, we have dropped so far down to women look, they got women meeting brothers who's in prison, like, he didn't kill that many people. And when he get out, he found God. I'm like, look, you might want to hold up before you marry this brother. The pool is shallow for women to find guys now.
Now, we was looking on TMZ, and I guess TMZ released a story that, you had IRS problems. What happened with that?
Who doesn't have Irish problem? Who doesn't come from no money?
Oh, they just stuck me
and
up.
all of a sudden get money. We come up, and the main thing was, I never bought, I wasn't a Bentley guy or nothing. I took care of a lot of family, a lot of people. People understand, Hollywood never really dug me. They didn't get me. I paid for my tours. I paid for all that stuff. My movies, I had to go find. My brother was my manager. We found everything. And I did my funk festival back in the day in the 90s. That came out of my pocket. I lost an American Express card over that but I wouldn't change it. I would have still tried to make that work. So I'm like this. Donald Trump went bankrupt, 3 times? I'm like, yo, man, if this is the game they're playing, they're funding their own stuff. I'll fund it and regroup. Because money has never been that big to me.
Right.
To me, you want to pay your bills.
Though.
You want to make your money. You want to pay your bills. But my thing is this: the more money, when I say more money, more problems. I think the more money you make, it doesn't always make you a better person. If you didn't do something with it, do something smart with it. I said, I'll start all over again. When Cass was talking about me, I said, dude, while y'all look at my money, I'm already on the train going the other way again. I said, I'll start all over again. I'll do it all over again. I don't look at it that way. I don't worry about, man. By the time they look at the negative in your life, I pushed on. So I crack up when a cat walks with me with a mic. First, who is TMZ? You walk out with a microphone, you ain't got nothing to do all day, but catch somebody get off a plane. Hey, man, I heard you fell down some steps. Man, this is all you got? I said, wait till I kill somebody. Wait till you catch me with some cocaine. This the best story you got?
Now, how was your upbringing? Because you got a lot of layers, man. Like, you was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
You was in college. You played basketball. You was in a band.
Yep.
Something else.
Yeah, sings, plays the drums.
Yeah, you was in the math club.
Yeah, I was math club.
Like, who put all of that in you?
My dad. I was blessed. Only advantage I think I had in life. We didn't have no money, but my mom and dad were alive. My dad was a bad cat. My dad was a preacher, but he was a guy who started off in the streets. Mother and father gave him away. Gave him and 6 brothers and sisters. They gave him away like puppies. So my dad had nothing but love because he didn't want to live the way he was treated. Right. My mother, they told me I could be anything I wanted to be, but they never lied to you. Like, I'm telling you, when I got cut from a team in 8th grade, I came home crying, and you know what Dad told me? Well, they cut you, son, because they want to win. And I kind of inspiration is that.
Yeah, that's good, though.
And but no, he told me, but if you want to get better, I'll show you how. So my dad told me my gift was persistence. I said, that sucks. And then I didn't get what he was saying. He says, if you don't mind being the worst one for a short period of time, you can be great at everything. And plus I had ADHD, which we didn't have a name for back then. It was called, you need to go outside. So we didn't have a problem.
Now. So I'm thinking that you got a lot of layers. You just couldn't focus. That's why you was doing all this stuff.
I couldn't focus, but on this is the key about ADHD. You can focus, but we don't focus on what we don't want to focus on.
Gotcha.
If it don't turn us on right away, I'm done with it. Now, a lot of times you can go to drugs, alcohol. For me, I went to music. My dad kept a horn or something in my hand. He knew I had to be active. You can't leave me in the room by myself because that room would be torn up. I like fires when I was little. I ain't gonna lie, I was a pyromaniac.
Whoa.
So I think a lot of us like fires.
Yeah, me too.
ADHD.
I got my ass beat in the extension cord one time for that.
Fires.
Lighting
but that didn't help us though. Because I'm thinking about burning this house down. While you whooping me, I'm burning all this up. that was how I looked at it. I wanted to burn stuff up. I still like fire. I ain't gonna lie.
That's great, man.
While you was in the Air Force, you went AWOL, right?
I did everything wrong. I went AWOL, impersonated officers. I shouldn't have been in. But no, I couldn't take that. I was not good with authority.
Gotcha.
I was not good with you telling me what to do. I joined the Air Force to play basketball. I thought I'd join the Air Force. I'll make the all Air Force team. A pro team will see me and they'll pull me out of here. Right. That's how my mind worked. I got ADHD.
Right. But you didn't make the team.
I tore my knees up. I said, I'm in the Air Force. I said, I quit. So I was in.
I ain't come in for this.
Yeah, I quit.
I can't even play ball.
I went to enroll at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I was down in Atlanta. I was at the Air Force basketball camp. So I enrolled. I grew a beard. I said, I'm a black man with a beard. They never find me. And my dad called me and said, what are you doing? They're looking for you. I said, yeah, but I'm undercover. He said, well, I just need you to go back. I said, so you know what? He goes, when you was in college, you dropped out. Air Force Academy recruited you, and you wouldn't go, but now you're in the Air Force, and now you want to go to college. I said, Dad, I took a different path.
Yeah.
He looked at me like, son, you just need to stop. And then I had to go back. They threw me out because I was impersonating officers. I wouldn't wear uniform right, but it was the Air Force Talent Show. That's why I always thank the military. Air Force Talent Show. I said, wait a minute. I can do that.
That's when you found your calling?
Found it, man.
And that was stand-up?
That was stand-up comedy.
So so you said you had ADHD, so is that the one thing that kept your attention for a long period of time? So you was like, this is probably what I want to do?
You know what? You can talk trash on stage. Comedies, I can talk about everything that pissed me off. Like if a TMZ person stopped me, I get to talk about him that night. I don't have to have it bottled up. I don't have to wait on the roof with a gun and snipe people. Right. I get to grab a mic. A mic is my weapon.
Now, you mentioned killing people twice since you've been here.
I know, because I think a lot of us want to kill folks. I think everybody has a kill factor in them. I think everybody. Gracious. That's why you got to be careful who you talking to, because this might be the day he come up to the radio station. Why is he out there?
Did y'all pat Sinbad?
Yeah, y'all be sitting here like y'all dog somebody. Why is he sitting out there? He got camouflage gear on.
I'm concerned for Envy today.
Why? Now let me ask you a question, Sinbad. Now, you never cursed. You never.
No, I was dirty when I started.
Really?
I was dirty when I started, but the thing is,
what changed you?
We were bad imitations of Richard Pryor. Everybody was trying to be Richard.
Very true.
And one night my dad came to my show. My dad was a preacher. He wouldn't have cared. He would have come no matter what. I said, let me flip this. And I talked about everything, but I didn't cuss. But nobody picked up I wasn't cussing. Because I had anger. That's why I got mad when I got to Hollywood. And here I was on the stage being a comedian. I was doing stuff that nobody was doing. And then they put me down and say, good Negro, bad Negro. Because that's Hollywood. Where does this Negro go? Because they only know two speeds, fast or slow. Right. Most of us are in the middle. So they put me, they said he's a clean comic. They called me an all-American comic. Then they called me a fan of me. I said, they just almost killed my career with that crap. I said, that's not me. I said, if you look at my record, other than being gangster, I said, I'm not a gangster, but I didn't ever want to be a gangster. People now, everything, I'm gangster. I said, gangsters are gangsters. They don't make music. They don't do stand-up. Right. Gangsters don't make good entertainers because that gangster gene is a strong gene.
They end up in prison.
Yeah. There's a lot of ex-bad dope dealers that's doing music.
What do you mean bad dope dealers?
They weren't good. They weren't successful. Everybody's slanging a little dope, but were you really like, how good a dope dealer were you?
You kept getting caught.
Because if you got time to make a record, you ain't slinging a lot of
dope. Right. Now, they say you got discharged from the Army because you parked your car in the wrong position. No, I don't even know what that means.
This is what happened. All the stuff I did in the military, the one thing I did right, I made this Air Force Talent Show. It's called TDY, Temporary Duty. I backed my car up, but it was foggy that day. I backed up across the line. They just thought this was me doing what I usually do. So the one thing I did not trying to be wrong was the thing when I landed, I thought I'd kill somebody. Oh, they're done. They're done with you. I said, what? You parked across 2 lanes.
Wow.
I said, I impersonated officers. I went AWOL, and y'all mad about how I parked? And that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That was a blessing in disguise.
It was the best thing ever happened to me.
Was you on drugs back then?
No, can you see me on drugs?
No.
I think you're a little wired already.
This is me with no drugs. Can you see me? I would be a bad alcoholic because the people in my family who are alcoholics, we don't do alcohol well. We don't smoke dope well. Crack slows you down and makes you ashy. You can't be ashy in life. That's hard. Can't do that.
Can't be ashy light.
Can't be ashy and light skin. That's an ugly thing because they don't know if you light skin or ashy. Because when light skinned person is ashy, people don't know if you got psoriasis or disease because it's too much ash.
Now you say your father said one of your biggest attributes was persistence. Is that how you got all your breaks in Hollywood? Because you did a lot of things. Like you didn't just do one thing. You were like,
and they didn't want me on any of them. They didn't want us. Oh God,
remember there wasn't no talk show.
But know how Vibe was an accident. They came to me Vibe before they got Chris Spencer. They came to me to do Vibe. I said, well, I wanted to do a talk show I was done a long time ago. Talk show for me is when I was done. Because say if it was successful, that means I ain't going to make no more movies, no more TV shows. Right. But there was a movie that Columbia's TriStar had. I said, look, I'll do this talk show for 8 months if y'all give me this movie. And they gave me a pay or play, which means they're going to pay you whether you do it or not. I said, oh, man, nobody going to waste this kind of money.
Right.
That movie sat on the shelf. And then they said, wait a minute. If we take a chance with Sinbad on this movie, they said, we don't know if it'll work. Let's get somebody else. So that movie was Blue Streak that Martin Lawrence did.
Wow.
Next time they took that movie, man, I said, damn. And I learned my lesson. Make your own movie. Find the money your own self. Find your own way. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm almost 60. I'm writing again. My daughter does music. It's hard right now. She started at 21 when the bottom fell out. First of all, you can't see an R&B artist. You can't say you do soul unless you're from Britain. So we're going to get a fake British accent, act like she come from Britain, because we can't do our own music now. Y'all got this fight with Iggy Azalea. Y'all got this fight with Macklemore. But didn't y'all see this coming? I called this 10 years ago. They want to imitate us. They don't want to be us. I don't mind you being true to the game. Like Q-Tip was saying, if you're true to the game, like Eminem was always who he was. Well, I hate when you got to change your voice up because I heard Iggy speak at the People's Choice Awards like, I want to thank everyone. And then when she rapping, I'm so fan. I said, well, you got 2 people inside you? I said, be who you are. Don't imitate us. If you're this music turns you on, if our style turns you on and you're true to it, I got no problem with it. But when you can make more money than us doing us and it's not real, I have an issue.
I don't think them white artists is a threat, though. I think it's like Ebola when Ebola came to America. It's like, it's 2 people.
Well, it starts with 2. Remember what happened with jazz? Remember what happened with rock? That's ours. We started all that stuff, man. Even R&B and soul. We don't win the R&B category of Soul Train no more. We can't win in our own category.
So you think hip-hop, even though we've built 50 years of this,
well, look at the DJs.
Be overtaken?
Look who's taking. Look who makes money when you go to Vegas. Who do you see on the billboards DJing?
DJ.
But they're not playing hip hop though.
Yeah.
No, but
they play a little bit.
They play a little bit, but they know what to do. They don't have to. That's the whole point now. Is they can play what they want to play. We don't. We don't make. When it came time to make big money, our DJs. When it became time to make big money, you forgot we were even DJs. We created this thing. House music is from Chicago. It ain't from Europe. House music was started in Chicago. Now they act like it's a European thing. I said, I watch stuff, and sometimes it's just historical. All you can do is, Dick Gregory said, sometimes you just got to look at it till it dies, until that fad dies. So what do we do?
It's a fad.
Well, we said that with blues, and it wasn't a fad. We'll wait. Also, you know what? We'll wait and see.
Now, question: when you came in here, you was like, when you try to do a lot of shows. When you try to do a lot of shows, sometimes the younger cats don't allow you on the show. So people, you have a hard time getting on a lot of shows because people think that you're an older guy? I
don't even ask. I mean, I already know. I know how life works. Remember, when I came up, cats were doing DJs and radio. I didn't even do a little radio. Age had nothing to do with it.
Right.
If you was valid, you was valid. It wasn't like, well, we do jazz, it's a jazz station. We can't bring them in. Music is music. Entertainment is entertainment. There became a time when it wasn't hip to bring older cats in. I cracked up. I saw stations that I used to be. Stations was my main station. Remember when I started on the road, we couldn't get promoters. I couldn't get a promoter. I made my shows happen going to black radio stations. We don't own any more stations.
Right.
I would show up at the station at 6 in the morning. I didn't have anybody. I just show up. They go like, why is Sinbad sitting out there? I said, can I get on the air? I would go from 500 tickets sold to 3,000.
Wow.
Black radio. The power of black radio. The power this was the medium. This is how we did it. And then I saw a change. I would call it, no, syndicate, you can't go in the morning. And I said, how's a comic make it now? How does a band make it now? How do you make it now when we don't own a medium to do it? It's no, you got to have a YouTube. You got to have a channel where, like, I got a cat, so I got to let my cat sing. So my cat got more views than me. Your cat got 5 million people. Your music got maybe 40.
Damn. Now, did you really discover 702?
They were, I was in a mall in Vegas, and these 3 little girls were dressed alike, and they were just walking, and all this energy. I said, y'all sing? Bam! They dropped into a song and a routine. I said, oh, man, who are y'all? And I went to the house, and the thing that bothered me the most, I said, y'all can make it, but what scares me is that y'all can make it. I know what this business does to people.
Right.
They were young, and I know what this business does to women. And I was talking to the mom, please don't let them destroy these kids. But it can always happen. One bad brother in the group, one bad person get in there, and they Jack the Rapper was a big convention back in the day. It was, back when it was the joint. And
Maybe was there. Don't let him fool you.
You was there?
I couldn't get there. I wasn't hot.
Nobody could get in. Remember, it was hard to get in. It was the invite. I climbed through the window the first time. I wasn't supposed to be there. And Jack said, boy, did you climb through the window? I said, man, I had to be here.
Oh, there really was someone named Jack?
Yes.
Okay.
Jackie Jack, original 13 black DJs. Wow. One of the original 13 black DJs. Jockey Jack. He was the cat. So I took them down to and Michael Bivins. I paid for them to come down there. Michael Bivins signed them.
Wow.
They said you also you stopped Mark Curry from hanging with Mr. Cooper from killing himself.
Well, Mark, it wasn't just him. He called me in cars, and he just got burned. Dude, that's a heavy thing. I said, dude, is your face still pretty? He said, yeah. Can you still have sex? He said, yeah. Dude, we all good then.
So he wanted to kill himself after he got burned?
Think about it. If you remember, that was a crazy fire. It was an aerosol, whatever he was in in this laundry room, and it hit him, man. It makes you look at life. Remember, we live in our perfection. We live in how we look. We live in how we live. And something like that happens, it can trigger things off in you. And we all think we're strong. We all think like Robin Williams. I never saw Robin Williams I never saw that. I knew he was depressed and stuff, but I never saw that coming because he loved his kids.
Right.
You know, that's a heavy choice to make, man, when you have family.
What about the Richard Pryor movie that they're doing? Are you interested in seeing something like
Yeah,
that?
man. But you know what? I got a chance. If they do it right, but I got a chance. Richard Pryor put me in his Rolls Royce. He came to see me at the Comedy Store. See, young comics thought because I was clean that these weren't my heroes. Man, my first show was with Red Fox. So, and Richard, man, the best thing about Richard is he came to see me. He said, boy, he said, he got it. He goes, you like me? I said, yeah. He said, now get out of my Rolls Royce. I thought he was playing, no, I mean, get out. I said, man, Richard Pryor kicked me out of his Rolls. I was, dude. She understand. I put that on the resume.
So what did he invite you in for?
To talk to me about my comedy. He saw that night.
He said, no, get out.
Yeah, man. He said, get out. I said, cool. No, I mean, really get out.
Gotcha.
Now, what about Bill Cosby? See everything that's going on with Bill Cosby.
Yeah, because you said something earlier that intrigued me. You said Hollywood never liked Bill Cosby. And like
he was too
stories
powerful.
now about
Dude,
how they're trying to tear him down.
Think about it. They took a show away. They took the Netflix comedy away. Not to put down any woman because rape is real and what happens to women is real. When you know somebody, you heard somebody kill somebody that's your boy? Nah, he wouldn't kill nobody. It's like this father now with a kid that they found in Ohio. Father said he couldn't do what you said. With all I've seen, I ain't even talking about entertainment. I'm talking about $20 million to Spelman College, paying for people's education. Being with him and all I've seen, this is so hard for me to take in. This is not the man I know. Like I said, we don't really ever know anybody. And then when I hear some of the stories, some ring and some don't ring right.
I feel the same
One
way.
woman said it went on for 4 years. How many drinks did you take over a 4-year period?
Right.
Before you realize maybe I shouldn't drink. So some of the stories don't ring right. So and now they say over 25. Numbers don't mean nothing to me because anybody can jump in right now. Anybody can jump in right now. It's like piling on in football. You didn't do the original tackle. You the guy on top of the tackle. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the thing. I'm like, yeah, there it is. And I haven't had that moment yet. Now they got the new woman that said it just happened recently in 2008, which means he was 76 years old. You mean to tell me you was at the Playboy Mansion and this man was 70 years old? And she's I'm trying. And then I saw a picture. I said, I ain't trying to put nobody down, but okay. I'm waiting to see how this one turns out. We know anything can happen in life, but for Mr. Cosby, you're going to have to show me.
Don't you think it's a very dangerous road we're walking down when people can just pop out and say those things and you lose your livelihood?
They almost destroyed. Look, you got people like Judd Apatow's director, who's telling people not to go to his shows. I said, you don't know Bill, and you don't know these women yet. I understand what you're saying. Rape is wrong, but you already, Oswald Patton, he said everybody knew. It was a joke among us comedians. Really? Because I didn't know. Then if you knew, then why didn't you say nothing? See, everybody's coming forward now. Right. Oh, I always knew. Then I have less respect for you if you always knew and you didn't say nothing.
You think he's making the right decision by saying nothing?
You know, I don't know, because I said I don't know what I would do.
Right.
Or this is just my interpretation. If there's a little wrong, remember he was a married man, and so you did. If you slept with these women, you're still wrong.
Right.
So sometimes how you make that right? Yeah. I can say no, I didn't rape her. I slept with these women. It's still gonna come off on a wrong tip.
Right.
So maybe sometimes you wait. If enough craziness come out, we'll start going like, is this crazy?
Right.
I don't know, because I'm not him. I'm not in that situation. I pray that's not true. Yeah. You just want this to not be true.
So but you never shared a cappuccino with the cars and some women?
No, man. You know what? We had water. No, I never believed in, man. I always tell brothers, man, I was never that brother where 3 or 4 guys, hey, let's go have one woman. I said, dude, that train thing, that I look at my boy at Florida State. You can't, dude. You don't want to be the cat there with 4 other dudes, because you don't know who the 4 other dudes are.
I always thought that was weird too. That guys like to run trains on.
I'm a selfish brother.
It also just seems kind of gross. Like you're going.
Yeah. I made my 2 homeboys try to stick both their dicks in the girl at the same time.
No, that's weird.
And their penises touched.
Now, that was, you know what? Now we have some coffee on that one, man. I just never got that philosophy. But then again, I'm kind of a loner nomad anyway. Yeah. I don't hang with a bunch of people.
I'm sure you got some crazy.
I said, Sinbad came here by himself, no managers, no.
No, the older you get, you don't bring no. Look, when you're young, you have an entourage. The older you get, you're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired. The older you get, the less people you need hanging with you.
Right.
Now, you ever had some crazy situations with women? Like, I know you always had the Aruba Comedy Festival and everything. Yep. Do you ever have women just throw themselves at you, or just really just do things that you were like, damn, girl, calm down?
You know what's funny? We as men, young, want women. We want women to love us. We want to be sexy. But then when you actually get it, you realize this. This is the double-edged sword of a man. Oh, she's a freak. Oh, I can't date her. And now the girl's like this. I thought that's what you wanted. See, men are liars. We are liars. We want that, but we really don't. Not in the woman we want to be with. So, I tell women, we hate you if you don't give us the sex, but if you don't give us sex, you got a better chance of getting me. Right. So women are like this. What do y'all really want? We don't know. So I tell women, don't worry about what a man wants. Do what you want to do. You can't worry about, I lost him if I don't give him some. Well, just don't give him none. If you don't want to give him none, don't give it to him. Because you can't base anything on men, because we're schizophrenic. Men are schizophrenic people. Because we don't know it. Yeah.
Men are.
Men are schizophrenic. Women, y'all are crazy. That's different. Men are schizophrenic and y'all certified. So if you got a schizophrenic with a certified crazy, that's why we have so many issues in relationships. That's why relationships are so hard.
Now, would the OG you tell the young you to tell those women, don't give them none?
The OG me, look, when I was young, but no, I was good at staying away from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I saw what happened to cats. My thing is, if you see what happened to people, you can't process it, you walk in the same path. Say you see, but for the grace of God, every man, for the grace of God, has been in some situation. Oh, I'm so glad there wasn't no TMZ when I was 20. Oh, I'm so glad there wasn't no social media.
Yeah.
You walked out of buildings. We got to keep this to ourselves. What happened? You can't tell nobody. Some of them stories you got to wait till you die and you tell your kids. Let me tell you something about your mama. Some stories you only can tell that one. Your boy. Everybody got that one dude that you can tell everything and he don't tell nobody. Everybody got that one cat. You can't tell most cats anything.
Right.
But everybody got that one dude who know how to hold secrets. And y'all just been together for a long time. And the things we know, how they say if these walls could talk?
Yeah.
That's some real stuff. If these walls, and thank God walls can't talk. Now, in the future, walls might talk because they got new technology. So until the walls talk, man, shut up.
Now, this weekend, you're performing at the Gotham Comedy Club.
Yes.
Now, you say there's a range of young, old, there's a bunch of people. What keeps you young? What keeps you, because, obviously you know who the Breakfast Club was if you called it, to be on the show. What keeps you young and motivated?
Young women.
You know what? No, young women take your money.
About the Breakfast Club?
Young women take, I ain't gonna be one of them old dudes that lost. You're never gonna see Sinbad. Some young girl took his money, he died.
You could
always start all over again.
I will never be able to sugar. I'm looking for an old woman. I told my wife, if we can find an old woman, we can share this money. I can't pay nobody. I'm not paying your bills. For me, so I'm doing Gotham Live. I'm just a taping, and then I do I'm doing my 4 shows Friday and Saturday. But for me, what keeps me young is life. I'm alive. As long as I'm alive, man, and there's something new happening, there's music. I'm learning how to play trombone and trumpet now.
Okay.
You know, every time I tell people, if you're bored, do something you can't do. If you're really bored, go work with kids. If you're really feeling sorry for yourself, go to a cancer ward at a children's hospital. And you will quit. There's no whining in life, man. There's no whining.
Right.
You don't deserve nothing. Nobody owes us anything.
Right.
I don't care how hard you work or what you do. Nothing is owed to you. If you want it, go take it. And I ain't talking about robbing nobody, because I think a thief, I got no respect for a thief. Now you work hard. If somebody took your chain, you'd be like this. I don't want this. And this cat just runs around the corner. I have to chase you, and then that killing thing comes back up. And I want to. And I have to kill you.
Now, have you still keep in touch with the cats of Different World? Because I saw y'all on the OWN network.
Yeah. You know, as much. You know what's funny? When shows are over, everybody does their own thing.
Yeah.
But when you see each other, it's like no time passed.
Yeah.
It's like when you go into a convention or any kind of music convention, cats you ain't seen them forever. It's like no time passed. You know, we need Debbie Allen's good at making everybody come to our house for dinner every now and then. She's the one that keeps all that together.
Y'all was speaking about a reunion, and I would think that would be interesting, because I would want to know what message would that show convey in this era.
It would have
like you hear Envy said it inspired him to want to go to a black house.
They have to update it. I'm surprised they won't do it. Do you know? I was talking to Debbie Allen. I think some of them, even the black networks, turned it down and said it ain't hip enough. That's where we get in our own way.
Right.
I said, no, you make a new updated version. You take that's my idea. You take the old cast members, and life didn't treat all of them right. You know, some had ups and downs. Don't make it like everybody came back. I always say you start with it at Mr. Gaines' funeral, who really did pass away.
Right.
You start at the funeral, and it's like the Big Easy, that movie, and then you go from there. Where some come back to the healing, some come back to teach at the school. You can almost make it a 2-hour pilot if you want, about what happened to people when they leave college.
Right.
Because our life is never what it is. And like you said, now you are old school. Can you see knuckleheads make the best teachers? Because what's the first thing you say? Boy, I was just like you.
Absolutely.
And young cats like you, ain't no way, dude. I was worse than you.
That's what I say about people like T.I. People get mad when people like him go speak at schools, but who better than somebody who's actually done it, gotten in trouble, and can tell them, like, yo, don't walk the path I walk.
Especially if you really change your life. It doesn't work if you ain't really changed.
Right.
No, if you're saying something and you get arrested the next week, if you get arrested the next week, the kid's like, oh, damn.
All right, T.I. was a bad example.
I don't know, because I don't know what he's doing right now. You know, I mean, I know he gave us Iggy.
Sinbad don't like Iggy Boy.
No, I don't know what I don't dislike. Everybody's on that dislike tip. I don't like fake, and I don't like when you get an attitude being called out on something that you actually just say it. I did do this. She said I was broke. Come to Florida. Broke don't make you black. See, now people equate to, I understand, I can do this music because I was broke. I came in from Australia at 14. I only had one shoe. That don't make you us. That makes you broke Australian. You know?
I see what you're saying, but you know the problem I have with people going at Iggy for quote-unquote being fake. Look at all these rappers that pretend to be gangsters. All these rappers that pretend to be drug dealers. They worse than me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. You see that Keenan and Peele skit where they're all dancing?
Yeah.
And the music comes on. Where my gangsters at? Where my gangsters? I mean, no, really kill somebody. They all put their hands down. They can't. Where my pimps at? Where my pimp? I mean, really got a woman on the street and you smacking her in the face. And they all put their hands down. They finally say, where my fake people at? And they go, yeah! I said, it's theater. My man David Hampton, who's an engineer, built Prince's studio, said hip-hop has always been theater. It's always been theater. But the thing is, hip-hop came from the East Coast. It was about Eric B. Rakim saying, I don't want to be no gangster no more. Remember, East Coast brothers were saying, I ain't trying to be this. They were thugs. They said, I ain't trying to be this no more. Public Enemy was on a whole nother tip. That's why Public Enemy couldn't catch mainstream back in the day, because they was too real. I love to this. Eric, come on, man. They were just talking about real. Then you had cats like, you had all kind of brothers, man, doing different things, man. Heavy D was in a whole nother tip.
You always reminded me of Heavy D.
I love Heavy D.
Same tribe,
I love Heavy D, man. I love. We from the light skin tribe.
There you go.
Light skin tribe. But you know what? People understand. Light skin was never that good. Maybe in the 50s, 60s.
Well, you said it was
I ain't talking about mine. I ain't talking about my era.
Yes.
I must came in on the. Remember, light skin with good hair, light skin with green eyes, light skin brown eyes and nappy hair. You just a light skinned Negro and you don't get no advantage.
Yeah.
You at least have a perm or a curl or something. So they go, oh, are you mixed with something? Yeah, I'm Dominican and black and Norwegian. You gotta have that the exotic.
Right.
People like exotic. You gotta have some exotic with it.
You're not mixed with nothing, though, right?
I'm Negro and black.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, man.
Cool.
Thank you
That's
for
a good
coming,
history
man.
lesson, man.
Great history lesson. And you can catch him at Gotham Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday at 8 and 10:30, Saturday 7 and 9:30. You can hit up the GothamComedyComedyClub.com to get your tickets.
You used to do something there, Envy.
Yeah, we used to do something all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, man. This
I love
is my
it.
first time at Gotham.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
you're gonna, like,
Nice spot.
Cool.
Food is good.
good food, yeah. That's
All right.
I'm a comedy junkie. I'm going to come out one of these days.
Come on out, man.
I'm going to come out Saturday.
All right, come on out to the club.
Friday, I'm going to see Marlon. Saturday, I'm going to come see Sinbad.
I just saw Marlon in the elevator, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Sinbad.
Right on.